So what I'm going to do today is take an opportunity while the weather's still halfway decent, and I'm going to go down there and cut a little bit more of that honeysuckle brush out. I've got an area down there that I've cut going over the hill toward the river to kind of make it a scenic overlook, but I'm going to go down there today and try to cut a little bit more of it. I've almost gotten to the point where I can't go down anymore without rappelling equipment, but when I get over there, I'll show you what it looks like. But before I do that, I have to sharpen the chain on my chainsaw because it's starting to get a little bit worn down. And I've got a spare backup chain, and I actually thought about buying another one, but instead of continuing to buy chains, I mean, they're only like 15 bucks each, so it's not that big of a deal. But instead of continuing to buy new chains, I decided I was going to buy something to try and learn how to sharpen these things. So that's what I'm getting ready to do first. So let me bring the camera over and show you. So the chain that I've got on this chainsaw is an Oregon R45 chain. And so I went onto Amazon, started looking around, and I found this little tool right here. This was actually branded as an Oregon tool. And this is supposed to make things a whole lot faster rather than using a manual file. This is a power tool, obviously. You can see the cutting stone in there in the middle. You've got this bracket here that has angles marked on it so that when you're getting ready to sharpen your teeth, you can hold it at just the right angle. And like I said, you just turn it on here on the side. And the cutting stone in there will sharpen up the teeth real fast. And the kit comes with like 2 or 3 different sizes of stones, and so depending on what size chain you've got, there's some options there. Now, the way this one works is you connect it to a battery, or you've got a 12-volt plug that you can plug directly into the 12-volt outlet on your side-by-side or your pickup truck. But in this case, I had a battery laying around, so I just decided to do it this way rather than trying to stretch the cord way up in there. So all I got to do now, I think this chain requires a 30-degree angle on the cut. So you're just going to take it and hold it right at 30 degrees of angle like that, and sharpen a tooth, and then come down here to the next one, sharpen a tooth, and then obviously we'll have to do the other ones after we flip everything around here. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this out. Hopefully this tool right here is going to make this a whole lot faster. And then, like I said, I've got a spare chain hanging up around here somewhere, so I'll probably go ahead and sharpen it up too while I'm at it. And that way I can just keep on cutting, once I get started and not have to stop. So let me get this done, and then we'll go down there and I'll show you what we got going on today. Yeah, so I cut out some of the honeysuckle brush. This stuff, you can see it. I mean, it's the only thing that's still green out here right now. All the hardwoods are starting to drop their leaves, but this daggone honeysuckle, this stuff's an invasive plant, and it grows up really fast and it chokes out all the hardwoods. So I've been trying to cut some of it back, but anyway, you can see over the hill here, I'm trying to cut out like a scenic overlook. I don't know if you can see the water down there. That's the Kentucky River down there. But yeah, I've cut out some already, and I'm going to go around and take out a few more feet all the way around like a horseshoe, and just try to slowly work this stuff back a little bit year by year until I get a nice open scenic overlook here. That's the idea. So anyway, got the chain sharpened up, and I'm going to start cutting some of this stuff. Straggler down there that doesn't want to go in the pile. I can grab that one by hand. Got a couple more that fell off. Well, let me show you guys what it looks like now. Pull the tractor down here and park it for a moment. Set my park brake since we're on a hillside. Looking a little better already. So, like I was saying, I'm starting to go down through that way and clear out about 6 extra feet down through there. And I went over the hill as far as I can go. At this point, I can't get any more down there unless I throw a rope on one of these trees up here and wrap it around my waist. You know, have some kind of a harness on, and then like tie myself to a tree up here. That's what I'm gonna have to do if I want to go any farther. But you know, it's already looking pretty awesome. I mean, you can see that pasture way out over there, and like I said, the river's down here. So once all the rest of the leaves are gone, it'll be pretty beautiful out here, and we'll be able to see pretty far. So I'm just trying to decide how much more I want to get. There's a little section of honeysuckle right there I wouldn't mind getting out. Ideally, I'd like to be able to see the water pretty well from up here, but I mean, it's already looking better. And you can see maybe these little bitty shoots of honeysuckle that are coming up everywhere. Those I'll be able to get with the pole trimmer. My dad's got one of those steel pole saws, and he's got the clipper attachment that goes on the end of it, so I can just walk through here and, you know, just kind of wipe all that stuff out, all that little thin stuff. That'll be a whole lot easier than trying to bend over and cut all of it. So, but yeah, it's looking better. It wore me out too, going over that hill, trying not to lose your balance, cutting stuff, dragging it back up. Now I got a big pile of honeysuckle here that I'm throwing on the tractor to take up the hill to the burn pile. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end, because like I said, here in another 2 or 3 weeks, when the rest of the foliage is gone from the trees, it's going to be beautiful out here. And I have to say, these Australian Shepherd dogs that are supposed to be keeping an eye on me while I'm down here working, they're lazy. Because when I was over there cutting with a chainsaw, both of them went to the house. What a bunch of ornery dogs. What are you doing over there, Tucker? You better get out of there. Get out of there, Tucker. If that thing falls, it'll crush you. Come on, get out of there. Well, it's a beautiful day. We've got some rain and storms coming tonight, but gorgeous day out here. 60 degrees. Good opportunity to get some of this stuff done. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up. Watch out, Tuck. So let me tell you about something embarrassing that I did. It's embarrassing, but it's also funny, so I'll share it with you. So I used that Oregon tool, just like I showed you, to sharpen this chain, and it worked just as slick as a whistle. I mean, these things were like really sharp to the touch. I mean, it was awesome. And then I took the chainsaw down the hill to do a test cut on a batch of honeysuckle, and it wouldn't even cut through it. I mean, this stuff wouldn't cut anything. I don't think it would cut through spaghetti. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So I sharpened it again, and then I went back down there and tried again, and it still wouldn't cut anything. I was like, what in the world is going on with this thing? I mean, it's obviously sharp, so I don't know what's going on with it. Finally, I got frustrated because I just want to get this done today, and I went down the hill to borrow my dad's steel farm boss. He's got a gas saw down there, and I think it's got a recently sharpened chain on it. So I was like, I'm just going to go grab that, get this done, right? And while I was down there, I was telling him about how I used that tool, and I sharpened all this up. I mean, it was just super sharp. I mean, you can look at it and tell it's sharp, and it just wasn't cutting anything. And he asked me, he said, did you put that chain on backwards? I was like, you know? So I slid the sheath off of there and started to look, and lo and behold, I did. I had put the chain on backwards. So for reference, if you're somebody who doesn't cut a whole lot of wood, you got to pay attention to that. I mean, this chain goes this direction on the top and that direction on the bottom. It goes like this. And so you can see how it's supposed to be, so that it'll ride up and over and then get cut here by the tooth. That's how it's supposed to be. I had it turned around backwards, which explains why it wouldn't cut anything, right? So, stupid mistake on my part. Oh man, you live and you learn, that's what they say, right? So, the tool works fantastic, but you got to make sure you put your chain on the right way. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up and go get a few more things done. I got to get the zero turnout and go down there and start chopping up some leaves now. Trying to get some yard work done around here before the snow starts flying here in a couple of days. So we'll talk to you guys later.